Hello and hi, welcome to this week's Parsha. This week's Parsha is a double Parsha, Matot Maaseh. Today's shiur, today's little lecture, is in memory of a great sage, Rabbi Yosef Eliashiv, who passed away last night, today, in Yerushalayim. He was a leader of hundreds of thousands, and he had such great love for each and every Jew. He passed away at 102 years old, with a very full life that has influenced so many yeshivot, so many bachrim, so many students, so many lives of many people. May his neshama have a great aliyah. May his soul, as they say, may it always rest in the Shekhinah. And of course, we want to give this shiur in his honor. So, in today's Parsha, it talks about something very interesting. It says, after the whole war with Midian, with the Midianites, they come back, the Jews, and they come back to the whole cities, or their little tent areas, and they want to build, they want to start building for themselves new colonies. The first directive that God gives them is one thing and one thing only. Before building any of your houses, before building anything for yourselves, it says, Benu lachem arim letapechem. It says, build yourself cities for your little ones, for the little babies, for the little kids. Before anything, it shows something so beautiful in the priorities of life, especially when this was also said and reiterated by Moshe Rabbeinu. It was repeated by Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? Because each and every leader, each and every tzaddik, each and every righteous man who has followers or who has students, he knows the worth of each and every student. The chachamim, the sages used to say that there are no goat without any kids. Meaning there are no adults without the little children. There is no future without these children. The children, when they say, the children are our future, they weren't kidding. But the only way that they can have a strong future is if they have a strong foundation from when they're all little itty-bitty children. And when the Pasuk says, Banu lachem arim letapechem, it's saying that before yourselves you have to find out where to build your foundation for your children. And there's a beautiful story. It talks about a fellow, and many people used to do this, before they used to move into a new apartment, into a new condo, home, or anything, they used to ask the Rebbe. And when they asked the Rebbe used to say if this is a correct place to live or not a correct place to live. So they went to the Ger Rebbe, and they asked him, Rebbe, do you believe that this apartment, on this street, with this much sunlight on the south side, and this type of view here, is it okay for me to move into this house? Is it fine? So the rabbi said, listen, I have only one question. What direction does the window face? So he says, it faces direct to the street on the north. So the rabbi tells him, I know that street. That street is where there's a club for young adults, which half the time people do not dress modestly. Half the time people go in there and out with bad manners, with language which should never be spoken of. And that is not a place in which that you are allowed to live. Why? Because when your children are going to be looking out the window, those people, no matter how ludicrous they may act, they will put an influence on your child. So it is asur, it is forbidden for you to move there. Other than that, the house is fine. This rabbi was saying that it all comes back from the beginning. It all comes back to where it starts off in your life. Meaning that your children, they begin their life under your wing. And it's all up to you to how you wish to raise those children. And there was a beautiful addition to this, where Rav Avram Mordechai, he was a great tzaddik, a great righteous man. They always used to say that he loved his children so much, and he had so many disciples. And not only that, they used to say that his disciples were what? They were disciples, they were students who never put on tefillin. They were students who never fasted on Yom Kippur. So everyone used to say that, how can you say something like this about such a righteous man? All the righteous tzaddikim, they have students that every day they put on tefillin, every day they do their learning of tefillah, Torah, and everything. And of course they fast Yom Kippur. How can you say this about this great sage? So they always used to say that no, we're talking about the little kids, the 5-year-olds, the 10-year-olds. They're not bar mitzvah yet. They don't have an obligation to fast. They don't put on tefillin, but yet they follow the rabbi with all their heart. They are the most loyal chasidim. They are the most loyal disciples, the most loyal students that the rabbi will ever have. And through those children, they will have all the older chasidim. They will have the rabbanim, the great next generation of sages, all because they started from young. So when it says Benu lachem arim letapechem, that you should build cities for your little ones, it's talking about build cities for tomorrow. And by doing that, you have to build for your family today. I want to wish you a beautiful Shabbat for you and your family, and to all your friends around the table, Shabbat Shalom.